Is Errol Spence leaving his long-term coach, the coach that's been coaching him since he was a teenager, the coach that's been with him since the amateurs, all the way into his professional career, his A1 day one, is Errol Spence leaving Coach Derrick James? Errol says before he returns to boxing, he has to find a new home first. What does this mean? What does this mean to y'all? Is Errol Spence leaving Derrick James, man? We need answers. And if Errol leaves Derrick James, who's going to be his next coach? Taking some time off. I mean, listen, he fought last year. He already had time off. He's 33, if not 34 years old now. So I don't know what you mean by taking time off. He said he got to find a new home first. They said, well, are you going to leave the PBC? This was on Twitter. He said no. So if he's not leaving PBC and he says he needs to find a new home, is he talking about buying a new mansion or is he talking about finding a new coach? Coach Kenny Ellis. No, not Kenny Ellis. Coach Calvin. Yeah, Coach Calvin Ford reached out to Errol and said, no, not a new promoter. He said he's not leaving PBC. But Coach Calvin Ford reached out to Errol and said he will coach him if he's given the blessing of Derrick James. So what does that mean? What does that say to y'all? The fact that Coach Calvin reached out to Errol and said he's willing to coach him lets us know that there's been some type of a split between Errol and Derrick, in my opinion. Somebody said Derrick James looking suspect. What do you mean by that? Derrick James just said he spoke to Errol. Yeah, I know he said he spoke to Errol. Somebody said I like to see Spence and Calvin. Well, Spence and Calvin, I don't know if they would be a good pair. When you watch Tank Davis hit in the past, Tank Davis and Coach Calvin, they do a lot of movement, a lot of footwork. When you watch Errol and Derrick James hit in the pads, Errol is flat-footed. DJ fall from grace needs to be studied. Damn. Errol can't beat Terrence. Terrence has his number. Well, DJ said if Errol comes back, the fight that he should take is Terrence Crawford. I disagree with that, though. I think Errol should take a bunch of tune-ups, fight one big good fighter, and then maybe fight Terrence if Terrence is still around. DJ didn't prepare Errol for Bud. Well, DJ prepared Errol for every other fighter. Errol was a unified welterweight champion. But most of the time when fighters get embarrassed like that, or if they feel like they can't trust a coach, or when they lose big fights, they change trainers. I don't agree with it. I mean, Errol not active. Bro might not fight ever again. Exactly. Errol might be done. But he says he got to find a new home first. I think Errol wants to return. I don't think Errol wants to leave out on such a bad note. Being a proud champion, it makes no sense. If y'all in here, make sure y'all liking the live, man. He needs to go to Kronk. It will suit his style. Kronk would suit his style because Kronk, they like to teach you how to sit down on your power. They like to teach you how to sit down on your shots, how to rotate. And Errol wants to be offensive, so Errol needs to find a way to make his shots more knockout instead of just volume output. You know what I mean? He needs to add more power. So Kronk would be good for him. Errol not fighting no more. He got utterly embarrassed. Well, many fighters get embarrassed. It don't necessarily mean you have to retire, but you could have a point. Errol could be done, man. But I hope he comes back for his own sake because you never want to end out on such a low note, especially when you're only 33 years old. I can see if Errol was like 40-something, that's different because it's like at the end of the day, Father Time is undefeated. Your body could give up on you. Like Ali last fight was embarrassing, but Ali was way, way past his prime, so it didn't even matter. Nobody brings that shit up. Errol was past his prime, but not by that much. He was only 33, so he still should have had some greatness left up in him. Spence got nothing to hang his head over. Spence was tailored for Bud style. What do you mean? Like, what aspects of Spence style makes him tailored for Bud style? These trainers don't be real. They just be there for the bag. Derrick James was a pretty good trainer, man. I'm not going to lie. If y'all in here, make sure y'all tapping the live, man. If you are in here, you enjoying the live, make sure you tap in the screen so we can get the likes up and push the live. Errol's last fight of his career will probably be against Thurman. Thank you. Um, Keith Thurman would never fight Errol Spence for whatever reason. Keith Thurman ducked Errol when he was in his prime, and they were in the same promotional company. So I don't think Keith Thurman want that smoke. Jaden Scott, thanks for liking the live. Spence should have moved up and fought Bud at 54. You don't understand, bro. At 47, they collected the belts. The problem is Bud made Spence give him 50-50. Spence should have moved up and just never fought Bud at all. Errol Spence should have moved up and never fought Bud Crawford at all. Because Bud Crawford did not deserve 50-50 when you look at the numbers. Crawford wanted 50-50. That's why the fight took so long to make. And Crawford got 50-50. But Errol Spence, he was killing his body to make 47. He was killing his body to make 47. So Crawford, Spence should have been like, fuck it. You don't want to fight me at 47? Fine. I'm going to go up to 54. Somebody says Errol should be at 160 right now. I don't know about all that 160 stuff. The only reason Errol could even fight at 160 is because Errol has undisciplined eating habits. You see who deserved it at the end. Well, yeah, I mean, you can say that now because Crawford destroyed him, but we all know, this is what we know. Is Terrence Crawford a more complete boxer than Errol Spence? Yes, he was a more complete boxer for years now, even before they fought. But did Terrence Crawford fight a complete version of Errol Spence? No. He was weight drained. He obviously took too much time off. So it's like that fight was a great fight, but that fight is a fight that really shouldn't have happened. Errol should have been moved up. He should have. He shouldn't even. He should have been okay. Fine. You don't want to do 60-40 or 70-30. I'm gonna go up to 54 and continue making money. But he wanted to be make
What's
a
up, man?
fans. What's up, you Ness? He wanted to make a
What's
look
up?
for the fans, and he ended up screwing his own self. And it wasn't just the fact that he waited; it's the fact that he waited for almost 2 years with no fight, let himself blow up like he does after all his fights, and he wasn't necessarily a disciplined boxer when it comes to the things that he puts into his body. But yeah, Ness, man, you hear anything on the news that Errol is leaving Derrick James?
Yeah, I heard that shit. Yeah, I think it's a little too late to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was like, you've been with the man for all these years, man.
Yeah, I just think, but I think it's probably deeper than that. Just because he lost or something like that, it's probably because of paying money or some shit.
Yeah, I heard about that on like YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't tapped in that much, but it's probably because of money not paying, and not really because they don't, because he feels like he needs to get a new trainer, because
Well, there
it's
was
been too
some people
long with him. It's
that
been too long. It just makes no sense.
there was some
Getting
people
new.
saying that DJ is the one who broke up with Errol.
That's yeah. I seen that because Errol apparently didn't pay him. That's what I seen.
Now Errol was paying him, but he wasn't paying him his worth. Cause it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
cause think about it. A lot of trainers, if they know they got a star, they won't charge you. But once you get that big check, you're supposed to look out for them. Like, okay, let me break you off a nice piece of bread because it was a time period where you really couldn't afford the training. I was carrying you along. Now we done made it to the show. Give me back all of what I'm worth. Because without me, you couldn't have done it, and without you, I couldn't have done it. So it's kind of like a mutual thing.
Yeah,
According to
I can
what
see that.
people have been saying on YouTube, I don't know if it's true or not. Derrick split up with Errol because of the pay, but I can't just go off of that. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody
Mm.
said Tank still got
Gotta wait and see.
living in the projects. Look, man, if Coach Calvin want to live in a project, some people they don't change the area they live so they don't get too high and mighty in their head. You know what I mean? Like if Coach Calvin isn't high profile enough to where as though it's dangerous for him to live in the projects, if he want to live in the projects and stay focused on boxing as opposed to getting addicted to the limelight, that's good for him. You know what I mean? It's not all about. Not everybody is forced to move from their neighborhood. And plus, if you know, look, Coach Calvin, I ain't gonna say it. Just know Coach Calvin don't gotta worry about too much stuff happening to him in the projects.
Yeah, you saw Devin Haney been on the Twitter space.
No,
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
yeah, like last night or 2 nights ago, he was on the Twitter space. Yeah, man, he was talking. I just remember he was talking about what's it called? That he thinks Teo's a harder competition than Matias for him. It's a harder fight for him.
Nah.
I think otherwise, stylistically, I think
But T is bigger. First
Matias.
off, T.O. not even gonna be able to cut off the ring on Devin. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not buying it. But
He has
T.O.
probably
will not
movers.
be able to cut off the ring against Devin. Devin is a better version of Jermaine Ortiz, number one. Number two, T.O. is nowhere near as big as Sabril Matias. Like, even though they're the same weight class, Sabril is the same height as Devin. Probably has longer arms than Devin.
Not as strong too.
Compared to Devin. Like, Devin gonna have a field day with T.O. unless T.O. land a big shot.
And Teal's power ain't the same at 140.
Yeah, T.O. got good power still, but
Of course, it's still good, but it's not the same.
somebody says another Latino bro hating on. Wait, isn't Sabril Matias technically
He's Latino himself. He's
Latino?
literally it's Puerto Rican, bro.
So how am I hating on a Latino? I'm just saying Devin would beat T.O. with much more ease than he would beat Sabril Matias. That's all I'm saying. And it's
I
right
agree.
there in front of you. What's good, XG?
Yeah, it's just like stylistically, right? Because we see Teal having a lot of problems with movers, people
Yeah,
that
like
move
come
around,
on, man.
right? But we have seen Devin having problems with people who know how to cut off a ring and pressure and can put punches together on the inside. And that's what Matias is.
Man, they say Matias not being T.O. This what I know. Matias has a belt and ain't nobody call that motherfucker out. That's what I
It,
know.
exactly. So
Matias
why
got a
top rank?
world belt. Uh he don't got no local, he don't got no regional. He got the world title at 140. No one's calling him out.
Okay,
Why is
all
that?
them people, right? All them people that says Teal beats the fuck out of Matias.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck did Top Rank not guarantee him the fight? Why did Top Rank not guarantee him the fight? He was forced to sign with the zone because they have in general better
Hold up.
competition.
I gotta hey, what's up, Red Sauce? I gotta adjust this comment. Sabril Matias haven't fought noticeable names and he got a loss on his record. Sabril Matias has fought multiple undefeated fighters. He's fought knockout artists and he stopped them. Number one. And number two, having a loss on your record means nothing. Take that out of your mind. This is Floyd Mayweather era is over. We don't care. I don't need see because people are watching. I don't need these fighters to be thinking like bitches and like, oh, if I get a loss on my record. No, most fighters in history have losses, plural, on their record. Great fighters, Hall of Fame fighters. Sugar Ray Robinson got losses. You know what I mean? Ali has
Hey,
losses. Ray Leonard losses. Marvin Hagler losses. All of that. Oh, he
hold
got a
up.
loss.
Can I correct something real
I don't
quick?
want to hear that shit. Sabril Matias has a world championship belt and won't nobody really call him out at 140. Devin saying T.O. is better than more challenging opponent than Sabril. It makes no sense from my perspective because of how Jermaine Ortiz was able to outbox T.O. Devin is a better boxer than Jermaine Ortiz. Thus, it will be even easier for Devin. Plus, T.O. is shorter. He's punching up. He's forced to chase these dudes around the ring. Sabril Matias is the same size as Devin. Same arms, probably a little bit longer arms. And his power is better at 140 than T.O.'s power. Sabril
Yep.
Matias has stopped, I think, damn near everybody he's been in there with, except for the fight that he lost.
And also, real quick, I just want to correct something. Somebody said no one called him out. Question mark. Teal literally called him out, and Matias said June. Then he went to fight someone else. That's a cap. Fact was this: he called out Teal. Teal said he would fight him on a date. Matias was not available because of an injury, which he literally showed proof. Right. Then after that, he said, "Let's do it in June." There were negotiations for June. But then Topic was not able to guarantee Matias a fight with Teofimo. That's why he signed with the Zone, with Matchroom, because they have, in general, better competition than Top Rank at 140.
Somebody said, stop with the yapping. How much you putting on Matias beating T.O.? I got 5K on T.O. I got 10K on Matias. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think T.O. would beat Matias. Matias not even coming. First off, T.O. perfect for Matias. Devin Haney is a much more challenging opponent for Matias than T.O. T.O. wants to come forward. Matias wants you to come forward. That's a firefight, and I think Matias is going to be the fireman. You know what I mean? He's going to come out of that fire. He's going to come out of that burning building. What's good, Riggs Reacts?
What's up, man? You gotta stop sleeping on my boy T.O. though, man.
Look, I'm not sleeping on him. I'm hibernating on him. You know what I mean? I'm in a fucking coma. I don't think T.O. Look, T.O. does he have the athleticism to do it? Yes. But mentally, when I hear people talking about depression and this and that, it's like, yo, this is not the right sport for that.
He
No
talked about
offense.
that recently.
Yeah, when his last fight, the fight before last, he was in the ring saying, "Do I still got it?" This before the fight against Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor not really like that. Bro said Taylor was gonna beat T.O. No, I didn't. You just talking out your ass. I didn't even cover that fight. Josh Taylor not really like that.
Yeah, but who the fuck wouldn't after that Sandro Martin performance? That man got dropped twice.
He lost against Martin. He
He should
lost
have
against
lost.
Ortiz. No, I did not say Josh Taylor would beat T.O. Zutano. Stop making shit up.
I think Tio's gonna lock in when the fight happens.
I
He
do
definitely
think
has a
this
lot of
though.
like outside the
T.O.
ring
already
stuff
beat
going
Josh
on.
Briscoe. Look, T.O. can lock in all he wants. He locked in against Sander and lost. He locked in against Ortiz and lost. T.O.
I think
struggles with cutting the ring off. He's a fighter. He's great if he could catch you. If he can't catch you, he not good.
I do want to say this though. I think stylistically, Tio has the best chance beating Matias because just the stylistic way. The problem is, I don't know if Tio can take Matias punches. That chin is sus.
What do you mean stylistically?
That man, you just said it. He is good when he can catch somebody, and Matias comes forward.
Matias
He's
is
right.
coming to catch. That's what I'm saying. That's not a really stylistically. That's a firefight. That's a
Oh, I
shit.
agree. It's
Yo
definitely
would get
firefight.
knocked out in
I,
that fight, man.
again, I still pick Matias just because I know Tio can take that power. That man has been dropped by lighter punches 5 times in his whole career. Like, come on.
Somebody says, man, why no one talk about the 160-pound division? One of the most action-packed stars took damn near 3 years off, and
Yeah,
he held on to the belt. So
and he
hey, that's
still
why
has the
we talk
belt.
about the 160-pound division, bro.
Motherfucker still has the belt, and he's not giving it up. But he
Hey,
fights
let
at
me go on there.
166 catch weights. Can't even make the catch weight. Come on now. But 160 definitely gonna turn up in the next couple of years though.
Tio style is not good for Matias at all. You talking about Tio, bro? Matias style is not good for Tio. Y'all don't watch Matias fights. I'm convinced because he's not a big star. Since he's not a big star, you're not watching his fight. I've watched Matias multiple fights. I pick him to beat Tio. Matias will literally sit up there unless Tio can knock him out or hurt him. Tio's going to get stopped. Matias is a tough guy, a tough fighter. He know how to take it. He know how to give it.
By the way, that rehydration clause with the IBF that doesn't apply when it's a unification bout. It only applies if it's an only IBF title fight. If Devin would fight him, it's a unification bout. The rehydration clause don't matter then.
Charlo really did ruin the 160. Even wish it would get lit up again. Man, look, man. That 160 division dead. Who they got? They got like Chris Eubank. Like that shit dead, bro.
No, that's cap. That man just said Charlo really didn't ruin. Oh, he did ruin.
No,
My
he
bad,
said
my
he
bad. I read it
did. Yeah,
wrong.
he
Yeah,
did. He
it's
ruined it.
true because
He did.
if
It was him. He
it's
was supposed to
true.
be the one carrying it.
Carlos Aldama should have at least had the belt if he's going that long, and then we had a unification bout between him and Johnny Beck. That would be a
Charlo
great
ain't ruined
fight.
boxing. He just ruined his little he just ruined his division. At the end of the day,
Facts,
Charlo was one of the most interesting, talented characters.
facts.
His own personal issues with his woman fucked up his career. Boxing is a short lifespan, short term. So you only could box for like what 10, 15, 20 years max. And the only way that you could box for 15 to 20, you had to be taking care of your body. You can't really drink. You can't do all of that stuff. Charlo does all of that. And well, actually, I don't know about whether or not Charlo drank, so I ain't gonna say. But Charlo party and he had this problem with his woman, and that took him out of the game for 3 years. 3 years that he can never get back. If he loses $1 million, he could get it back, but he could never get back those 3 years in his prime. So it kind of messed it up. Somebody says he does drink, so yeah, that hurts him as well. So you putting stuff in your body, but you're not even remaining active as a fighter. So that led to him messing up the division because they allow him to keep the belt. And that just shows you how much power PBC got, boy. If Bud would have signed with PBC, Bud hard hit it, but if he would have signed with PBC, his career would have went way smoother. Even the fact that they stripped Bud Crawford as soon as he beat Errol. They stripped him of, was it the IBF, and they gave it a boost or whatever. If Bud was signed indefinitely to PBC, he would have been able to keep them belts, boy.
They gave the belt to Boots without him fighting anybody?
Yeah, the IBF, yeah. That's how they do. Like,
Yeah, that's stupid. You should have to beat someone to get a belt. And I don't like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is a business.
But yeah, it's like I feel like that'd be bad for business to just give someone a belt.
No, how is
Just
it bad for business though? Boo's supposed to be the. Oh, they probably gave it to him because now, yeah, now that makes sense. They probably gave Booster shit so Bud could fight him. Who knows? But Boo's supposed to be the future. Bud is old, so you don't really want an old person holding on to the belts unless they making all type of money like Canelo. They really don't want one person to have all of the belts anyway. The reason they have 4 belts is so you can have 4 champions who are building 4 different fan bases and bringing in money year round. Because one fighter, you can't really put the load on them to fight 5 times a year like back in the day. So you need 4 champions. They fight 2 to 3 times a piece. Let's say they all fight 3 times a piece. That's 12 big events between 12 champions. That's hypothetically the way they wanted to go. But if you could become a mega star like a Canelo, they let you keep the belts because you making more money than the other 4 would make combined. You feel me?
Right.
So that's why the belts. That's why they have all these multiple belts. I said, how is Boots supposed to get good names on his resume if nobody wants to fight him? Go up and wait. Do something crazy. Boxing has always been like this. If you don't have the connections that force fights to be made for you, then you're gonna have to sacrifice. They know the powers that be. They know Boots isn't really signed. He's not really owned, I guess, by nobody. He's just a freelancer out with this bitch, basically. Super talented freelancer. They say, do you think Boots should lead the PBC? I mean, the PBC, they're not doing a good job marketing him, but I think he should stay with the PBC. I didn't even know that he was with PBC. But anyway, his connections don't run deep like Tank Davis connections. Tank Davis ain't fought nobody, but Tank Davis broke history pay-per-view records when he fought Ryan Garcia. And even before he fought Ryan Garcia, he made some pretty decent money. But he hasn't fought nobody. So it's not about whether or not you fought somebody. It's about your connections and your ability to work with those connections and to sell. Boots, his connection is not that strong. So in order for him to get on, he's going to have to do something crazy. Like if it's a fight up at 160 or 154, he's going to have to jump up and wait and go chase people. That's going to put him at a disadvantage, but that's how boxing has always been. They did it to Ezra Charles. Ezra Charles was one of the most superior middleweights ever. They wouldn't even give him a chance to fight at middleweight. He goes up to light heavyweight, dominates. They don't give him a chance to fight at light heavyweight. He has to go all the way up to heavyweight just to get a chance to fight for the title. That's what they do to super talented black fighters who don't have the right connections. So if Boots want to get put on, either he's going to have to market himself better outside the ring or jump up and wait. Other than that, we're going to keep hearing the same shit about him. He ain't fought nobody. It's too early, this and that. People going to keep making excuses because his connections don't have the power to force him into a position. So that's just how it goes in boxing. Everybody that's been liking the live, thank you. Somebody said Canelo wasn't even a connection deep person back when he fought Floyd. KC, listen to what you just said. Canelo fought Floyd at 23, was offered to fight Floyd at 21. Who the fuck was Canelo? Why did he get offered that? Because he was connected. They always wanted Canelo to be who he's become. Shout out to him for living up to most of the hype, but Canelo pretty much is he's planned and plotted. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say he a plant for real. Like I ain't gonna say he a plant, but when the powers that be saw that it was a gingerhead European looking Mexican out there boxing and was pretty good, they knew this gonna be the future. This is somebody that we want to be a global star. That's just how it is, man. Let's get back to the topic. A Rays reacts. If Errol Spence leave Derrick James, who should he go to next to get coaching?
I don't know. There's not a lot of coaches that really teach that
Coach Calvin said he want to coach him.
Traditional like pugilist style.
I was about to say Coach Calvin might.
Coach Calvin reached out and said if he get Derrick James' blessing, he'll coach him.
Who else does Coach Calvin
Errol close.
Besides Tank.
Errol is close with Tank, so could be good.
I mean, like besides Tank though.
He said besides Tank. He was coaching this dude named Truck. He's also been in the corner for DeMar Nicholson. You know what I mean? When DeMar Nicholson fought Demetrius Andre, he was in the corner for DeMar Nicholson. Coach Calvin could coach. It's just this. Coach Calvin teaches a lot of movement. When we see Errol and Derrick James hit the pass, Errol don't be moving like how Tank be moving.
And you know what? When you rewatch the fight with the Bud and Errol, Derrick James was telling Errol to move laterally, but he
But
wouldn't
he
do it.
wasn't.
Yeah. So
Derrick
that's
James said in a recent interview, but he kind of said on the down low, he said fighters, they get in there and they do what they want to do.
yeah.
To me, in my opinion, he was referring to Jamel Charlo and his performance against Canelo and Errol Spence and his performance against Crawford. Ribsaw said he should train with Sean Porter's dad. Sean
Yep.
Porter did great against Terrence Crawford. He did great against Terrence Crawford. He got knocked out. But if Sean Porter started boxing earlier, he might have won that fight. He started boxing late, and he's not a real natural. He doesn't really make boxing movements. He still moves like a football player. But when he met against Crawford, that was a competitive, tough fight for Crawford. Crawford just happened to be one of the one.
Yeah. I don't think changing coaches is gonna do much for Earl. I think it's more Earl's problem, if I'm being honest.
So you're saying he got to start with the man in the mirror?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm starting with the man.
Plus, he's like, how old is he now? 20, 29?
Nah, Errol 33.
Oh, he's 33. Yeah, he's too old.
Yeah, I understand people changing coaches at 33. What you got is what you got.
Yeah.
My thing is, Errol need to look at the bright side. Errol Spence was a unified welterweight champion. He had 3 belts. He won all 3 belts on the job fighting. He beat people to get their belt. You understand? So he was number 2 in the world. You number 2 in the world. You just lost to number 1. So what? You still great. You know what I mean? Turn off social media or don't really listen to these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers be hating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're haters. At the end of the day, Errol made a bunch of money. He was one of the longest reigning welterweights of all time. He could fight his ass off. Okay, somebody saying he didn't just lose. Okay, I understand. He didn't just lose. He got his ass whooped. Okay, cool. You took one ass whooping, and other than that, you've dished out ass whoopings your entire career. So what? Leave Derrick for what? You know what I mean? Turn down for what? It makes no sense. Like, people have to be more realistic. You were number 2 in the world. Okay, how many people get to be number 2 in the world at something? The only number 2 that people get to be is when they use the bathroom. Most people don't get to be number 2 in the world at anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Errol can't stay in shape either. Not disciplined. That's fact. Errol
That's
knows
true,
about
man.
his loss, though. It's not like he's dwelling on that loss. We don't know if he dwell. I thought that he wasn't dwelling on that loss, but the fact that he changing trainers, that's kind of crazy, man.
You heard about those rumors that Earl is like a lean head? You hear about those rumors?
He hang with them rappers.
Mm-hmm.
He hang with them rappers, man. He hang in that circle. I hope that he's not. He never did lean. I hope that I hope that that's a false rumor, but he might be.
Well, because
It's low-key sad, though.
there was a tweet that Terrence Crawford put out where he was like, I know what you've been doing, get off that, or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, hey. That's on Errol. If Errol was doing that, then that's why he got that ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
low-key
You have to
sad,
take
though.
care of
I'm
your
not gonna
body.
lie.
Yeah,
You
it would
have to-
explain,
you want
a
body, you gotta
lot
take care of your
because
body.
I remember when he was in the Olympics team, right before he became pro and shit like that. They called him the hardest worker and shit like that. It's low-key sad that he turned out to be what he is. He probably
I
would
mean,
have
it's
been
not
better.
sad to me. Who cares?
Of
Errol
course,
worked
of course.
hard. He became rich. He let that nightlife get to him. He still became the second best welterweight in the world. He still
I
had 3
get-
belts. He still made millions of dollars. Okay,
I
now he
agree.
got to get off of that. If he's leaning, he got to stop leaning. But ultimately, he's still a success. And go ahead, Yunez. I wasn't trying to cut you off, but you go finish your statement, brother.
No, all good. No, I'm not downplaying and shit like that. Of course, I love Errol Spence. He's like I respect the dude and shit like that. It's just like to me, it's just always sad when I see potential. Not just potential. He already is great. I'm just saying he could have even be better, right? That's what I'm saying. Of course, I'm not asking for too much. I'm just saying, it's sad that he took that rapper life. It's just sad to me.
I don't think he had a sad story. I think Errol's story is amazing.
No, it
Errol,
is amazing.
that's what I'm saying. And then at the
Right?
end, he got topped off with a nice ass whooping. Most stories don't end well. No, serious. I'm not trying to be funny at all. Errol Spence was a kid with a dream. His father introduced him to boxing. From what I've heard, Errol is a suburban kid. He gets in the limelight, get attracted by the rap life. He's at these parties, drinking, doing his thing, still dominating as a champion. Then the car crash comes. He survives that. That's miraculous in and of itself. So that just shows you that Errol Spence is a true champion. He's more of a people's champion than anything because most people aren't disciplined. So that's probably why a lot of people vibe with Errol because most people are not disciplined. Errol was able to be undisciplined and still be at the top of his game and to the point where he couldn't do it no more. Him crashing the car, that took a lot away out of his body. You know what I mean? The partying, the getting out of shape, that took a lot away from him as well. So by the time he met up against somebody who was on the job, 110% focused day in and day out, okay, he got his ass whooped. That's not, to me, that's not necessarily a sad story. That's a great story. All of those, he beat all of those people. I think he's 30-0 or 29. Oh, he was 30-0 or 29-0. Now he's 29-1 or 30-1. That's not bad. That's a hell of a resume.
Oh, it is. He has a great resume.
And people say Errol's story not even over. Fact, this could be the beginning. It depends on how his body reacts. Somebody says Errol got stopped. A lot of fighters get stopped, man.
Not like that though. That was a damn massacre.
Man, it's a Ray Robinson got his ass whooped by this dude named Tiger Jones. You can go watch it on YouTube.
Bro,
I mean, people get
Errol,
their ass
bro,
whooped
that
in
motherfucker
boxing.
got a cranium on his head, but that he didn't go to sleep.
Hmm? You said what?
I don't know. He said someone had a cranium on their head that they didn't go to sleep.
Oh, Errol. Yeah, because Errol should have got knocked out, but Errol got a hell of a chin. Even still, like, I mean, he kept getting up. We've never seen him hurt like that before. Terrence Crawford is just special. And not only is he special, he's focused. He's been focused for years. Terrence is older than Errol, but his body was in better shape because of the maintenance and the discipline. He's like 3 years older than Errol, but he looked younger. He moved younger. He was faster. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you agree with this or not, but I think if Bud could fight Canelo at 160, I think Bud beats Canelo.
The more that I've watched it and I've compared, if Bud were to fight Canelo at super middleweight, he'd have a chance. I wouldn't pick him to win, but he have a strong chance. And Canelo knows that. That's why I think of it. Think of it like this. This one I knew that Canelo knew that Bud would beat him. Or Bud had a good chance of beating him. Canelo jumped in the ring with Jamel Charlo. He jumped in that mother. He said, oh, Jamel Charlo, 154, yeah, let's do it. Bud Crawford said he wanted them. Canelo said, oh, I don't want to fight somebody smaller. Y'all not going to give me credit.
And also,
So me, I'm
Canelo,
looking back, I said, hold the fuck up. You didn't care about credit when you fought Charlo, but now you want credit. So
facts.
yeah, that's how people snitch on the Canelo snitch on
And he
himself all the
also,
time.
and also, he signed, his contract with PBC was Charlo, and if Errol Spence would have won against Bud, he would have fought Errol Spence.
Yeah, that's how they wanted it. That's how they wanted it. They wanted him to fight both Charlos, then fight Errol. And
So
Canelo was
that's what
fighting
I'm
to beat
saying.
all
So
them motherfuckers too. But
exactly.
it would have
So
been
yeah,
great business.
that's what I'm saying. So you had no problem agreeing to fight if he wins another 147 powder.
Yep.
But now that Bud whooped his ass, you say no.
Because this is the thing about Bud. People don't understand. The more I watch Bud, I really understand. Bud is targeting certain places, and he has natural power, and he has fast feet. His feet aren't fast like they used to, but they still faster than Canelo's. And his jab is immaculate. It's fast as hell.
That
He
southpaw
can
jab
outbox
that's a
Canelo,
motherfucker, bro.
or he could potentially knock Canelo out. He could potentially knock Canelo out by well placed shots. And Canelo know that. So Canelo just gonna try to pull just like he said, oh, I don't fight Mexican fighters. Oh, I fight Jaime Munguia. I don't want to fight Bud. Y'all gonna say he was too small. I fight Jamel Charlo.
You're
Canelo gonna
right.
hit. For real, man. I see right through that motherfucker. I see right through him. And KC, me saying that Bud will beat Canelo, you not hearing. I said I would still pick Canelo to beat Bud at super middleweight because he's bigger. But Bud has like a 30% chance, maybe even 40% chance of beating Canelo. And he could potentially knock him out. He's that special of a guy. But I don't want to see that fight. I want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez, a man in his weight class. I want to, because even if Bud beat Canelo, it's going to be on points. He's not really, it'd be rare for him to knock out a Canelo. But if Canelo fight Benavidez, we're going to see a sight that we never
Hey,
seen.
but I do want to ask this though. So let's say, right, He's gonna fight the winner of Tim Zoo and Fandora anyway, Crawford, right? And become
Yeah.
and probably gonna become unified champion at 150. Cool, 154. Cool. I'm just asking, right? Let's say he beats Canelo, just hypothetically, and becomes third, like undisputed 3 times.
No, no,
What
no.
does that make him?
He not fighting the Canelo fight. It's not worth answering. Canelo, the fight not happening.
No,
But
I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just hypothetically, what would that make him?
man, he will be the best ever. But is the fight not happening? So hey, I mean,
Okay.
even if he goes undisputed at 154, you're gonna have to argue that he's one of the greatest boxers ever. You're gonna have to argue that he's better than Floyd. Only reason why I would still put Floyd above Bud is because the pressure is different. Floyd was in that spotlight for years. You know what I mean? Fighting top fighter back to back to back. Bud, he is a great fighter, but he wasn't in that pay-per-view spotlight. So it's different. It's just different. But when Bud did get in on pay-per-view, we saw what he did. So we need to see more of Bud. If Bud can string together 4 more great performances, yeah, we had to start bringing up that Floyd argument.
Someone in the comments said, "What would Crawford do to keep Canelo off of him?" Crawford has at least 4 inches of reach on Canelo, and he's
Yeah,
faster.
and he's faster. So all
He
he
has
can
that
fight Canelo
footwork.
all night.
He
Y'all are
has.
just Canelo fans, so y'all think that he high and
That's
mighty.
okay. I'm just saying he
I
has
like
power in
Canelo
both
though. I
hands.
like Canelo. I'm just being honest, really.
Man,
Like
I'm being honest, man.
I like Earl more than Bud, but I knew Bud was gonna cook Earl. You know what I'm saying?
He-
I don't know Canelo. You know what I mean? So I can't say I like him or dislike him. Do I want to see Benavidez fight him? Yes. I want to see how Canelo reacts to being in there with somebody that can actually hurt him. And that's all I want. I'm tired of seeing him going there with the advantage. No, no, no. If they could throw my black ass in there with a super middleweight, my second amateur fight, and I weighed in at 152, then Canelo, everybody claim he's so great, go fight David Benavidez. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. Since I box, I don't be feeling all this sympathy or oh, I'm worried about. No, motherfucker, you got the money, you got the fame, you got the acclaim. They say you the man, you say you the man. Show, prove that you the man. Go fight Benavidez. If you're not willing to do that, nobody really want to hear much from Canelo. That's just what it is. Or retire. You know what I mean? Hang it up. Yeah, hey Riggs, I muted your mic for a little bit because it had a background noise. Somebody said you just a Canelo hater. No, I'm not a hater. I'm just saying, what's the point of holding all of those belts up? You know what I mean? I want to see David Morrell fighting for belts. A young fighter that still want to fight the best. If you old and you don't want to do it no more, and you don't want to fight the best no more, give up the belts, hang it up. Floyd did it. Floyd was 36 years old when he gave Canelo a chance. You know what I mean? Y'all are just Canelo fans. The reason Floyd was able to break pay-per-view history, make pay-per-view history, is by fighting the best. Floyd was 36 fighting Canelo. 36. You know what I mean? Old man. Schooled him. Canelo's only 33 and won't even fight Benavidez. It shows you that they're not the same. That's why boxing is not where it was at. Because people are afraid to make these fights happen. And there's multiple reasons for that. One of the reasons is this. Motherfuckers don't want to lose their nobody wants to have a loss on their record. These boxers is soft as hell. Not all of them, but a lot of them, they soft. You know why they soft? You want to be undefeated just so nobody makes a meme out of you, while also making more money than all of the people, 95% of the American population. It comes with the territory. It comes with the job. You know what I mean? It comes with the territory. So what? You lost, they make fun of you. But guess what? They still got to carry their ass into them jobs and 9-to-5 jobs where they probably don't even like doing what they're doing. And you got a 7 or 8 figure check. Like Jamel Charlo, the performance that he fought against Canelo, unacceptable. He stole everybody's money. If he would have got his ass knocked out, so be it. But you made millions. So all of the people making fun of you, they're in a worse predicament financially than you. That's the nexus point. That's where it's like, well, it is what it is. Talk the shit that you want to talk. I understand that you're in a position where this is your highlight of the day. Because you're not never going to make $1 million. The average person will never make $1 million at one time. most people won't even make it in their lifetime. So that's the trade-off for being on a pay-per-view. If you get knocked out, motherfuckers gonna make fun of you, but guess what? They're not making the money that you're making. That's the trade-off. Live with it. Put your big boy pants on. Go out here, fight. You might win, you might lose. That's why I always will respect Errol Spence. He forced that fight to happen with Terrence Crawford. He wanted that smoke. And now he's no longer undefeated. But he did what he did was great for boxing. That was a historic night that's gonna be talked about until the society is no more. Now I don't went on my rant, but yeah, we're gonna keep on going.
You know who I think Errol Spence could use like a lot of advice from, or could get a lot of good advice from?
Floyd.
I was gonna say Andre Ward because they have similar styles.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because Ward was kind of stationary, but Floyd fought most of his time in the pocket too.
Yep.
But you're right though.
Yeah, but he had the
Ward was
Philly
not
shell
even-
in the pocket though a lot.
Andre Ward is not wasn't even super athletic. Like Floyd was super athletic. Errol isn't super athletic. He's a good athlete, and Andre Ward was a good athlete too. So that was great, man. That was a great point that you made. Andre Ward could probably help him a lot. Like I seen this footage of Andre Ward just. I mean, this is a move that Floyd uses too, but just catching the same shots with the rear hand on the elbow and all that, and then countering with the same hand. Those are techniques and tactics that Errol can add to his game instead of just high guard, jab, hit the body. So yeah. Somebody say Boots don't want that smoke. Boots just talk. No, I think Boots wants that smoke.
Yeah, Boots definitely wants to smoke.
It's gonna take Errol a minute to learn new traits at 33. That's another thing, bro. How in the fuck? I got it. This is not just for Errol. Any of y'all Olympic boxers that are signed, how do y'all not expand your skill base? You have all of the money and the trainers. You're able to eat the best food. You have the backing. You know what I mean? I fucking watch YouTube videos and go work on that shit. How is it that y'all have so many resources and y'all skills stay the same? Errol Spence, his skill base. I'm not talking about him as a fighter. As a fighter, he's a dog, world champion, but his skill base didn't develop to where it should have when you look at the resources that he had, the amount of coaching that he had and shit like that.
Yo, you talking about Canelo holding the belts. Talk about Bud holding the belt.
Bud just got the belts. What the hell are you talking about?
Errol is done.
Bud just got the belts. Oh, hold up.
5 boots.
Your question.
5
Bud
boots.
got the belts. Bud, they took Bud belt and gave it to Boots. So Bud not holding no belts. So back to Canelo. Canelo, they held them belts for 4 years and ducked his mandatory. Benavidez been his mandatory up to 4 years at different times. He still ain't fighting.
Listen, you guys want Bud to beat Errol again or go to 54. Let me talk. Let me talk.
Well, I'm talking about hey, El Calajero. Why the hell Canelo won't fight David Benavidez? Sound like you Mexican.
I want Benavidez to beat Canelo bad, but I also want.
Okay, well, let's focus on that then. Why won't Canelo fight him? Why do you think that is?
Oh, he's scared. He's scared of losing.
That's okay. We got a straight shooter on our hands. My fault. You ain't in your feelings. All right, now get back to what you were saying, man.
I want to see the best fights.
Okay, okay, I can get behind you now. You want to see Bud and Boots fight because that's going to be one of the best fights at welterweight.
Yes.
You want to see Canelo and David fight because that's going to be one of the best fights at super
middleweight.
I agree 100% with you.
I also want to see Matias and Teofimo. That's the best fight at 40.
Yo, Matias gonna whoop Teo. He gonna whoop his ass, man.
Who's gonna whoop? Who?
Matias gonna whoop Teo ass, man.
Yeah, he gonna break him down.
Right. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Styles make fights.
Yeah, man. Matias, that style is crazy.
But I want
what's up, Boxing? What's up?
But I've been listening to you for a while, and anytime anybody say anything about Bud, you defend Bud, but you.
How do I defend? Tell me one of my defenses. Tell me one of my defenses that you've heard.
So tell me. You saying Canelo should fight Benavidez, don't hold the belts. Say the same thing about Bud.
The belt, though. And Bud got stripped as soon as he got the belt.
Bud Bud is
Can
waiting
I
for
say?
Errol to come back. He's gonna beat
Let
him.
let
Bud,
let
Bud
me
not
chime
waiting for Errol
in.
to come back. That's false. Bud about to go fight. He's about to go fight the winner of Sebastian Funzora and Tim Tszyu. So you talking out your ass,
if
Kalaharo?
And,
if
and I,
if, if Boots goes to 54, he's not gonna fight Boots.
You crazy? Hey, effortless
I'm
boxing. Go
telling
ahead.
you that.
let me say something, brother. Let me say something, man. I just want to say this, man. You got to look at you got to look at everything. You got to look at where Buzz at in his life, and you know he wants them big money fights, man. Boots still doesn't have a name yet, bro. And that's the thing, man. You got to look at it like it's still a business. And this man already upped his stock when he beat down Errol Spence. Why would he lower his stock to go back down money wise to fight Boots that doesn't have nowhere near the same fan base as Errol Spence or anybody else that he's looking to fight like Canelo? That's why he
Thank
went at. You
you.
think this dude? If trust me, he would have went after Boots like on sight if he had the same fan base like
Where
Earl
Errol Spence at?
or
So
Canelo.
Well, no,
So
so
not even just. Well, you're right. Or Canelo, you're right. But if Boots was in position that Errol was, Bud would have went right at him the same way he was.
he
He
would have.
went at Errol
Yes.
Spence.
But
so
Bud already showed his heart, man, and it's money right now because he's like he done been shafted for so long. He's finally starting to get those big money fights, and he don't want to lower his stock.
It
And
so
makes no
neither,
sense for him to take 2 steps
so
forward and 3 steps back.
so when
yes
Floyd
sir,
fought
yes
when
sir.
years ago when Floyd fought Canelo, he shouldn't look at Canelo, right? Because Canelo had no name.
No, that's
But
not
no,
the
no,
point. First off,
he
Floyd already knew that the boxing powers were going to be marketing through Canelo for years to come. So really,
Admit it.
Floyd did
Admit it. You
Canelo a
guys
favor, son.
scared that
and and and,
Boots is
and
gonna
Mexican
beat Bud.
and
And Canelo
Mexican.
got Mexico behind him. Exactly.
Yes, that's
Canelo
a
got a
whole
country
country.
behind him. Boots don't have a country. Boots don't even have a city behind him. Philadelphia don't buy his fights.
You say Boots doesn't have a name or whatever. He beat Dulorme. He beat Lipinets. Dulorme fought Bud, and it took Bud longer to beat him.
That
Dulorme.
don't mean shit though.
Hey,
Francisco Fonseca fought Tank. It took
So
Tank like
so
7,
stop
8 rounds.
so
Ryan
stop
Garcia
saying
knocked Fonseca out in the first round, and you saw what Tank did to Ryan. So you
a lot.
talking?
What
Everybody knows styles gonna
what
fight.
paper? What name one pay per view fight that Boots fought in?
He fought
Give
on
me.
that one pay per view with. He fought on Tank pay per view as
Okay,
an
okay,
undercard.
No, no,
all
yeah,
I'm talking about headliner being the headliner. I'm
okay,
talking about being a headliner.
okay. So you want one pay-per-view from Boots?
Was it
How
a
many
Karen?
pay-per-views?
Headliner,
Was it
How many?
Karen?
headliner,
Okay,
headliner.
okay,
The
let me
main
answer.
event. I'm talking about main event
Yeah,
pay
I
per
know
view
his
But
fight.
let
last
me
fight. I think
answer.
his
Let me
last fight he
answer.
was the main event, right?
Let
Against
me answer. Let me
was
answer.
it Via? Was Via?
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
V, I was there.
How many pay-per-view headlines have your boy Bud Crawford has? One.
Yeah,
Thank you.
hey,
One.
So they 1-1. That's a good point. But guess
One.
what?
Thank you.
At the end of the day, Boots don't make money. Bud really don't make money. Bud just started making money. Bud, 37 years old. Bud is on his way out of boxing. So
You
unless
got
Boots could find a way to become a superstar in 1 or 2
so
years,
you
Bud
know
not going to fight him.
you know what I'm gonna hate at the end. You know what? I don't hate Bud Crawford. I don't hate him.
Oh,
I
hold up,
like
though.
him.
Hold
But
up, Kalaharo.
let me. You know
Hold
what?
on.
You know what I'm gonna hate.
What?
That years from now, when Boots is on top of the game, people are gonna start comparing their career and when they couldn't fight today.
Ain't nobody really they gonna forget about Bud, man. You know why?
But
They
they
forgot about that motherfucker while he was fighting.
but
Just
they
like
gonna
people don't talk about Andre Ward. Andre Ward was undefeated. Undefeated fighter just like Floyd.
they gonna compare their
Nobody gonna be
careers and they're gonna
comparing.
say, "Wow, it would be a great fight if they fought."
Okay,
Now is the
there's a
time.
lot of fights like that. That's boxing. You don't get to fight everybody. Right now, Bud Crawford has fought Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Kell Brook. He didn't fought all of these big names.
Oh yeah,
Boots ain't fighting
Sean Porter.
not one big name.
Listen, a lot of
Sean Porter
people,
was a pay per view fight too, so
a
that's two
lot of people
fights.
say that Boots is
Yeah.
too green, right? He's 27.
No, nobody said no. Boots not
No,
too
no,
green.
you didn't say that, but a lot of people
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They wrong about that. Boots is ready
they
right now to
wrong
fight Bud.
because Tito Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, Mayweather, all champions at 21.
Actually, boxing. If you looking at the Paris boxing, like how it's really supposed to be, the boxers they start when they like 5 and 6. By the time they 17, 18, they really be ready. And it's just a matter of them getting a shot. You know what I mean? Like them champions, them Hall of Fame fighters and all time greats, they be ready when they're young. So
like
that's just how it
Devin.
is.
Just like Devin, just like Canelo.
Well, thank you for giving me the chance. I'm gonna tell you the last thing. Thank you, and I would love to see Boots and Bud. I know I'm not gonna see it, but I'm gonna hate down the line. People are gonna start comparing them, and I'm gonna hate it. But I know in my heart, Boots will beat Bud today. I know that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Calaro.
I think they are gonna
Callejero,
fight. I
Callejero,
think they.
Callejero.
Oh, my fault, Callejero.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
don't, I don't speak all that.
All right. Bye-bye.
I think they are gonna fight, man, eventually, because Bud's just that type of dude, man. Because he
I
all
think,
about legacy too.
yeah, I think Bud gonna make money, and then on his last fight to shut everybody up, he gonna fight
Yeah,
Boots. And I think that'd be crazy. If Bud do something crazy to Boots, they gonna be bowing down to that man because first off, they're not gonna people that support boxing, they gonna be bowing. They gonna be like, damn, he really was like that. But the most people, the haters, like most of the fans, just like during the Errol Spence fight, they gonna look at that man like he an alien. Like I can't believe this they won again. You know what I mean? They not gonna be happy if Bud beat Boots. Same way they wasn't happy when they beat Errol.
but who do you have? Like, I mean,
If they fight,
if they fight, who do you have? Yeah,
oh, Bud, man, listen.
man,
I did
that's
a
right.
breakdown on
That's right.
Patreon. I did a breakdown on Patreon. The stuff that Boots is in there doing, it's amazing. It's beautiful. But is that championship boxing? We haven't seen a fighter be pretty and outclass world champion fighter since Pernell Whitaker. It's very, very hard to be a dude to be that flashy and still effective. What Bud is doing, Bud isn't even boxing to go in there and on points. He's boxing to hurt people, and you see it in the fight. So I'm going with the demolisher over the finesse. I'm going with that. I'm going with pain over pretty. That's just me.
Well, KJ,
That's right, man. That's beautiful, brother. I mean,
put this way.
you need to get you need to clip that, brother, for real. That's perfect.
I'm
clip
gonna
that.
put
Seriously,
it on YouTube. But go ahead, Rib.
Yeah.
Boots, he plays around when he knows he has that opponent beat. And that's when he start, toying around. But
That's a good point.
I came up here when you said Philly don't support Boots. That's bullshit. I done been to 4 Boots fights.
When I say Philly don't support Boots, if the entire state of Philly was supporting Boots, he'd be a bigger name right now. Because y'all got how many people? Matter of fact, how many people live in Philly?
About 2 million.
2 million.
Yeah.
So you telling me Boots can't sell 200,000?
I believe he could.
No, I'm saying, but they say he already had pay-per-view. Was it via? That was pay-per-view.
Yeah.
200,000 people couldn't go out and pay. Even let's say that's absurd. 100,000.
True.
That's when I say support. It's a difference between people saying, yeah, Boots, and people actually putting up that money.
Actually, put that money up. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
And they said that wasn't pay-per-view. So hey, we gotta wait. But if you say that Boots
the fight with Via was on ESPN.
Okay, right. So if you say if he's supported by Philly and you there and everything,
was that Showtime?
Then I retract my statement. Then Philly does support Boots, but when his pay-per-views, when he starts to be headlining pay-per-views, then it'll be put to the test. Right now, I don't think that Philly supports Boots that much because I think he will be a much bigger name. Philly is a major city.
I gotta ask you something, brother. After you get done.
No, you good. I'm done.
I'm thinking about starting something because I'm into the digital marketing and marketing space, and my question to you is, do you think with them, because they're so, I notice because I'm always in the gyms and all of that, and I see like the coaches and the fighters, they're so focused on the skills and training and technique, and they kind of leave that other. They're not thinking about the marketing aspect. So you think that's something that maybe the boxing world needs? Because I'm thinking about introducing something to fighters where I'm willing to actually go to different all over the United States, introducing this, teaching these young fighters how to market themselves, how to get into the digital market space and really market their training, everything, their personality, who they are, where they come from, their whole storyline. Instead of waiting for some big payday where they're gonna pay somebody to do it, they could be doing it themselves.
My thing is this, effortless. None of this technology was around and Ali was one of the most famous men in the world. You know what I mean? If somebody gonna market themselves, they gonna market themselves. Floyd Mayweather went on Dancing with the Stars. Floyd went on WWE. If somebody gonna market themselves, they gonna market themselves. You know what I mean? And these are
But
people
so
with resources. I'm just a little amateur boxer. I'm broke, don't got no resources. I get my black ass on this TikTok. I make my lives, I make my videos. I built my own natural following with no connections or nothing of over 30,000 followers. So I'm sure
right.
Boots and Bud and people who have 6 figures or 7 figures in the bank, they could go far if that's what they really want to do. So it's an individual thing. You can educate people as much as you can lead in the water, you can't make them drink. You know what I mean?
That's
Most
true.
people don't
That's
really
true.
want to be a superstar. These guys could box. That don't mean that they
Um,
want to be walk outside and everybody know who they are.
And
But
and
especially in the interview, he said he never wanted to be that guy. He didn't want to be everywhere he go to the mall, everybody all up in his face. He likes being in the lane that he's in. I see the same thing from Boots. But when you're like that, understand that you're not gonna make as much money as you could have made. So you gotta be okay with that.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
This is a quiet. He's a quiet kid that
Yeah.
really not
Boots
out
a
like that.
nerve,
He in
man.
the gym.
but
Boost is a
but
nerd. People don't
Yeah.
associate because boxing is a physical thing. They don't associate it with intellect. When you look at him, listen to the way he talks and the way that he trains, the way that he moves in the boxing ring, he is a nerd, a boxing nerd. You could look at him the same way that you look at them. One of them college dudes who they go and get their PhD or they go get their bachelor's, master's, whatever, and they always in the lab. They always in the lab. A scientist, that's Boots.
Yeah,
Boots does
for
not
sure.
give off street cat or he don't give off. That man is dedicated to the science of boxing. That's what he studies. He watches film. He's just a talented. He's a talented nerd. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
just what he is.
he's in the gym almost 20 hours a day, man.
Yeah,
I feel
I heard
I feel
about
like
Boots.
I feel like Floyd was the same way, but something I feel like I don't know if it was because he started realizing when he was getting ripped off, losing money that made him go out his comfort zone. But you seen the growth when you look at his whole
I had to
storyline.
go ahead. I
When
had
you
to go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish, and I'm up,
when
man.
when,
Speak on that.
when you see his storyline where he was more soft spoken and then he came out of that shell and then now he's on WWF, now he's Dancing with the Stars, now he's doing all these different things because I'm pretty sure he had people talking to him, telling him about you gotta be the one to put in the work. And you notice after he left Top Rank, but a lot of these fighters, they get too comfortable being with these promoters, leaning towards
Yeah,
these promoters and trusting them to market them. And Floyd was like, no, I see I gotta do this myself. I
right.
gotta put myself out there. So I think if somebody was to come along and really push that with these fighters, then it'll open them up more to let loose. You know, not be so uptight, so people can get to know them, so they can really rebirth boxing if a lot more fighters did that instead of just
Right.
focusing on the
But
craft itself.
you
Focus on
gotta
the craft,
understand too.
but market the craft. Market
Right.
the
You gotta
craft.
market the crap, but you gotta understand. I had to disagree with you with the Floyd point. You go watch Floyd in the amateurs. Floyd was walking out to them Olympic tournaments, the whole world watching, waving to the crowd, doing all this, doing his thing. And then when he got out on video, they was recording when he was a kid. He's like, "Oh, what's up with this pen business y'all got? What's up with this pen selling business?" He was out there selling pens. Floyd has always been an entrepreneurial guy, mentally and spiritually, from the time
Facts,
he was
facts.
a
That's
teenager.
right. That's
So
right. You
the
right.
only difference is he decided to take it to another level as he grew as a man because his brain was expanding. He always was, a dude that's like, look, I'm here. I don't really see that
Yeah.
necessarily from Boots. Hey, what's up, Kevin? How you doing, man?
Hey, everybody,
But
what's
not
up, y'all? What's
and
up? What's up?
to speak on that, you right, because I forgot when I've lived in Las Vegas all my life, and in his early days he had like a wrap around one of his vans and marketing himself. Had a wrap of Mayweather and all of that. So you're right. He always had that entrepreneur mindset. You're right.
Somebody said, and in the press conference with Speedy Ellis, Boots showed a little bit of character. Yeah, that was good, but that's because Speedy put the pressure on Boots, and you saw Boots had to respond. And I like that when Boots responded to him, because Boots took a tactic where he let Speedy get in his feelings, and he said, "Oh, I got him. He already emotional." That's the first time you really hear some of that back and forth talk. But Boots is a guy where somebody gonna have to put that pressure on him or approach him, and then he'll respond with it. You know what I mean? He's not really initiating it, but that was good though. I remember that.
Is that the topic above your head today? Is Earl leaving Derrick James?
Yeah. Yep.
On off and okay. Well, I think it's time. Part way. I
You
mean,
think it's time to part ways?
yeah, it is good. It's time. You know, this is a crossroad in Earl's life, and things have to drastically change.
Mm.
I mean, we're talking about him coming back and looking at his future. I suggest that he takes a way more than one or two tune-up fights. You know,
Yeah.
he needs several. It's almost like he's starting over again, but yet he's really still important to us in the game. But him leaving his coach, I think that would be a growth spurt for him in his career. You know, because when you have two people in a room together and the little increment of bitterness gets in the room, it turns into a cancer.
Mm.
And you have to part that way in good terms, you know, because the people are watching. Earl, we're watching. We know the coach was his coach for many years. Okay, but it's time. It's time.
And Muhammad Ali, the first time he fought Frazier, when he's making that comeback,
Mm-hmm.
he lost and he lost bad, got knocked down and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't changed his team. But you know
Mm-hmm.
what? If Errol said he gotta find a new home, if he said it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what he means, he's changing the team, then he would know better than me because it's his life that he's living.
Well,
Personally,
then too,
I
we
wouldn't
don't know
switch
the
up the team.
conversations that are going on with the team to get to that conclusion like that, to bring it to us, to the media. You know, that conversation had to take place off of a conversation that we will never know about. Only those two. So clearly there was no agreement somewhere in order for this to happen. So what I'm saying when I say it gets like that in any of our lives, working on our jobs in life general, it comes to that road. We have to make that decision to leave. You know, it's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
I,
It's tough.
Errol doesn't want to be on a team with a bum like Ryan Garcia.
Huh?
That came out of left field.
yeah. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why Ali didn't leave his team, man. Because somebody go upside your throat like how Terrence Crawford did Errol Spence. Would you go back to your corner and be like, okay, let's do this again?
But you still ain't tell
Now
me
we
why.
need some
You said
help.
you gonna tell me
But
why Ali didn't leave.
but Ali had a lot of
Ali
real
didn't get
strong
beat down
issues in
like
his
that.
life.
He didn't get
Politics
beat
and
down like that. He ain't never got beat down like that.
you know,
You
Ever.
ain't the first Frazier fight. Ali was getting tore up. The
yeah,
first
he
one,
Not
was.
like
Yes, he was.
it
and
wasn't
he
a
got dropped.
one-sided
And he
fight.
got
It
dropped.
wasn't a one-sided fight. It wasn't a blowout like with Terrence Crawford and
It was.
Spence.
We rarely see a damn blood. It was listen. Ali got
That's what
beat
I'm
bad
saying.
in that fight.
He got beat bad, but he didn't get beat bad like that. That's my
Yeah, I
whole
mean,
point.
I
That's why
understand. I understand that.
that
But
was
how
such a
much of that
brutal.
can
That
Derrick
was like
James?
that was such a one-sided whooping. It's like, yeah, you have no choice but to switch your team after
Can
something
Derrick
like that.
James listen? Can Derrick James force Errol Spence to stay in shape after the fights? Errol a grown man. Can Derrick James force him to stay out of the clubs? You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I think if I was Errol, I would add more people to the team as opposed to just getting rid of Derrick James. Derrick James been with him since he was a teenager. They didn't
Right.
went to the Olympics together. They didn't won 3 belts together. You had one
It,
bump in the road, and now it's time to throw everything away. It don't
But
make sense.
it's no different with
KJ, can Derek James teach anything but freight train aggression?
Rolly left
I'm,
his coach.
you got. I look at trainers like
Hold on.
this,
I gotta
bro.
get that again.
Okay.
Hey, rib sauce. Say that again, man. That was a good
Can
point.
Derek James train anything else but freight train aggression?
Mm.
That's how he trained Charlo. That's how he trained Martin. That's how he trained Spence.
And
They
Martin, I noticed Martin was struggling. Martin does not do well with the Derrick James style. In order to do that style, you got to be okay with taking a lot of hits. Martin was
facts.
struggling in that fight against Arden Tunyon because Martin was like, "Damn, I got my guard. I'm coming forward, but I don't want to take these hits." Martin has much more natural footwork and speed than Errol, and he has to be doing a program where he's using that on a regular. And maybe
Guys,
from
we
But
outside,
can't blame. We
that was
can't
my
blame.
point
Now
for
hold on.
asking that
I'm
question,
not gonna sit
KJ.
up here and say let the coach take the blame. Nah, we ain't doing that.
I ain't
No,
blaming. I
No,
ain't
no.
no,
blaming
no, no,
Derrick.
no, 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 no.
Kevin, remember what I was saying? I said, can Derrick James force Errol not to go up in between fights? Can he force him to stay out of the club, not to drink?
Nah, he can't do that.
It's not just on Derrick. You know
Can't
what I
do
mean?
that.
It's not
No.
just on Derrick.
All I can say is this: if the coach is not going to take the blame, then you can't blame the fighter for wanting to switch coaches. If he's
Fact.
not going to take the blame, then you can't blame the fighter for wanting to switch coaches.
Hey, in other sports, if in other sports and the team doesn't do well, who gets fired first?
Cool.
The coach get fired.
Coach.
because it's
So
like
it's the same thing, right? Derrick James doesn't have a plan B. Derrick James' plan B is
he's
more
right.
aggression.
Now listen,
Facts.
though, Red
But
Sauce.
wait, listen what
When I
KJ said. Why don't he keep him and add to the team if that's what needed to get done? Add the professional to add on to the team, not
That's
take and
that's
break the team up.
Yeah, but
that's
Derrick
like
James was a fucking bum boxer himself.
who?
that's like breaking up
Derrick
with your
James.
girlfriend. That's like
So
breaking
listen,
up with your
hold on now.
girlfriend.
Hold on. What do you mean bum boxer? What do you mean
Derrick
bum
James
boxer?
was a
Wait.
Bomac wasn't a good.
Angelo Dundee never boxed in his life.
Yeah,
What are you
that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about?
And Bomac wasn't a good boxer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Bomac has
What's
a
his
hell
name?
of an athlete that he's training.
That's true. That's true. But Bomac, I watched him help Chris Eubank in real time.
Yeah.
You don't know. That last fight when Chris Eubank fought that white boy, the rematch, he looked substantially, exponentially better than he did the first time he fought just by bringing on Bomac.
All right,
He
hold on a second, guys.
He worked behind the jab and he got a stoppage.
I'm getting
KJ.
old. Hold on with me. Okay, let's go to Mike Tyson. Was that custom model style?
Yeah.
All right. How long did that style take him up to what fight? To
His
the
whole
Buster
career.
Douglas fight, right? That style made him to the Buster Douglas fight. My point I'm making, did that style change the day he getting ready to fight this cat? Is that style change?
No.
So my point is,
That's a hell of a
Custom
point.
Model had one fight in his career, and it was an amateur fight. He broke his wrist in a street fight, never fought again. It's not the coach's fault or the blame to say, oh, the coach's style. It's the fighter, man. It's
I
the
wouldn't say
fighter.
this as a boxer. I never blame my coach ever. I just
Yeah, you can't blame the
this is the way I
coach.
look at it. This is the way I look at it. If I'm in there, I can audible.
That's
So
what I'm
if my coach
saying.
tell me to do something that shit ain't working, I'm the quarterback.
The coach
I
Okay,
got
not
okay.
fighting.
Hey, what's that fight? What's that fight that fighter walked out the ring? Do you blame that on the coach? He had to fight.
Oh, you talking about the one that started crying? He was fighting Lennox.
Hey,
So what I'm
KJ.
saying is fighters are responsible for their actions and what they do in the game.
I got
You don't want the coach.
Exactly.
You don't want the coach. You don't want the coach. You want the coach, but don't walk away blaming the coach because that's Derrick James' style. And there are other many
Derrick James
fighters.
style took Errol to the top
Thank
to the top,
you.
though. Yes, to the top. Yeah.
with 3 belts, not one,
3
not
belts.
two.
So what I'm saying, KJ, you're right. Let's keep Eric James and let's add on. Just like the NFL, just like the NFL, just like the NBA. Bring another specialist in.
Yeah, they're
Jamel
gonna have
Charlo
to
did
bring a
that.
specialist in because
And it
Derrick
helped
James
Jamel
is
Charlo.
incapable.
Rib Sauce, Jamel Charlo did exactly that. He brought
Yeah.
in Juan Guzman, and he became
Yeah.
a better boxer.
Yeah.
He
Now,
keeps
when
saying
he
he's
was in
incapable.
Charlo,
So when
the
Ali
coach-
lost the fight,
nobody
Ali
expected
lost his
that.
fight. Was Angelo Dundee was capable of that? That was Angelo Dundee's fault.
Well, I'm not talking about Angelo Dundee
I'm
nor
talking about
Muhammad
the
Ali.
coach and the
I'm
fighter.
talking about what I saw in that ring, Bud versus Spence.
Expound on that,
I ain't even
That
going. We
trainer
talked
should
about
have
that the other
known.
night.
Alright.
You gotta let him expound on
Mr.
it.
Rich going to
When
Chick-fil-A?
you say- Hold
That-
on.
Mr. Rich going to Chick-fil-A?
Hold up, Five more. Hold up. Hey, Rib Sauce, you said what you saw. I want you gotta expound on it. What did you see when you was like, Derrick gotta
alright.
like, be specific, when you was like, okay,
Derrick-
Derrick gotta go. This one on Derrick.
Derrick should have looked at Bud's fights and understood that Errol shouldn't be taking those punches that he takes under that current style of boxing that he fights, and he should have switched it up a little bit to get him ready or prepared to slip or whatever he had to do. But Errol just kept going in and being a punch dummy.
Yeah, Errol got caught a lot of inside shots.
I gotta be honest. When I watched the pad hitting and the preparation for that fight, Errol did the same pad hitting that he does for every fight.
Usually.
But then why judge the man on a loss?
I ain't gonna judge
Like
him a
judge-
lot.
that's just like judging my.
We're not judging.
not judging.
He talking about the fact that he's saying that he should get rid of Derrick. My thing is this.
That's
He's
still
not
judging something. That's still judging a
Everybody-
point, guys. That's still judging
but
a point.
everybody gonna get
Get rid of
judged, bro.
get rid of Derrick James.
Everybody-
That's still
everybody-
judging.
But my thing is this: if I had
Break
come
the
with
line.
all of this stuff with Derrick James, I'm not getting rid of him. But I understand what Rib Sauce is saying. When you watch Bomac said we went back and watched Errol in the amateurs and compared him to his style now. He hasn't even grown as a fighter. Bomac was watching film.
That's
when you
right.
heard Derrick
That's
James,
right.
Derrick James said, "I don't watch a lot of boxing. I haven't watched a lot of film." You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
at that level, you gotta be watching. You gotta be doing everything. You gotta turn every
Exactly.
stone leave
Yeah.
no stone unturned, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how you end up with these lopsided victories.
Hey KJ,
It's
I
true.
gotta
It's
put some
true.
respect in your name about the last time I was talking to you. I had to watch him on YouTube. Very good. I'm gonna give you two names. Derrick Monroe, very good. Had to watch him on YouTube. Very
David
good.
Morrell,
Yeah, he's very
yeah,
good.
yeah, beast,
I
beast.
like him. I like him. I had to watch him. And another person at 140, everybody should watch out for me. Might take over the division real soon. I think he's really better than everybody. I had to watch him on YouTube a little bit. Antoine Russell, Antoine Russell.
Oh yeah,
Very
Anthony
good.
Russell used to go to war with Boots in the amateurs. Yeah,
That's
we
what I'm
like
saying. He
that. We
beat
like
Boost
that.
3 times, yo. He really could beat everybody at 140 for him. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he's just underrated. Very good.
No, he's not
Oh, that
underrated.
shit.
We know
A lot of people don't know him in the boxing world. A lot of people don't know
him.
him.
Man, in the
The, the
boxing world,
Russell the
they know
Russell
Gary
family is
Clay
big.
Russell, man.
Or my fault, they know KJ.
You
He
talking
don't get
about
enough
casual?
he don't get enough recognition. Basically, I'm trying to say
Okay, yeah,
recognition.
yeah.
He don't get recognition at all. So he can beat people for sure.
Somebody says Russell too inactive.
No, you can say that though. Yeah, he got to fight more.
You talking
He
about
got
Gary?
100% knockout
No,
ratio.
Antoine Russell, Yeah, the boy said 17
Antoine?
0.
Oh yeah.
17 knockouts, right?
Yeah,
140.
100% knockout ratio.
Yup,
I'm gonna
100%.
I'm gonna tell y'all about coaches and how coaches are just like teachers when you go in grade school. You got your first grade teacher all the way to your 12th grade. So that's the same thing. It's no different from boxing. So a lot of fighters that want to grow and learn different things. You look at Devin Haney. He trained with Mayweather Senior and then different coaches after that. He learned different things to add to his tool set. Same thing with Anthony Joshua. It's no different. So if you want to expand your mind in boxing to have a arsenal, then sometimes that's just what you got to do, especially
Man,
after a
load
bad
up,
loss
man.
like that.
You had me until you mentioned Anthony Joshua. He changed his coach every week. I'm serious.
Has he
I'm
not
not trying to be
improved?
funny. No disrespect to
Ha-
Anthony Joshua.
has he not
Anthony Joshua is
improved?
great. And Anthony Joshua, I think it's just with him, he's great. He's just not as great as the top heavyweights in the world. But the way that he has all that power, he could still knock any of them dudes out. But for him to be changing his trainer so much, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's this first grade. This is my first grade trainer. Okay, I'm in middle school now. I'm in high school. Nah. You changing too much, and you're not even really building a connection, and
But
you're not even really ingrained in the new fundamentals that you're getting from one coach. Because when you change the trainer, now you got a whole new set of style and shit that you got to learn.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
but
keeping. He 30, Andy Joshua 33, 34. Like, nah, man. He went from he left DJ. Now he with a brand new person, and everybody big up in his new coach because he was able to knock out Francis Ngannou, an MMA fighter.
Oh, he not
Right
with
now,
Derrick
I don't
James
know
no
what to
more?
expect from Anthony Joshua.
Scooter switched his trainer and got
He not
knocked
with
out by
Derrick James no
Eddie
more?
Way.
I respect it because you know what the trainer can't fight for you. It's you fighting in there. So you got some fighters that go in there with no coach because it's all about you at the end of the day. All they do
Yeah,
is give you a
Yeah.
program and they tell you what to do, but you're the one fighting, not them.
That's how
yeah,
I keep
man.
telling
So
people.
you
Yeah.
That's why I love it.
you
If the coach tell you something and you go out there and try, you get hit. Guess what? You can audible. You don't have to keep on getting hit. When Errol, after the second round, when Errol got dropped, Errol decided, I'm gonna fight fire with fire.
Come
He
forward.
could have
Yep. Come
slowed
forward.
down, took a couple steps back, and said, "Okay, hold the fuck up." I've never been dropped in my career. I'm gonna have to take a different approach. This man got bombs in his left hand and in his right hand.
Facts.
Therefore, I
Facts.
gotta make an adjustment.
He kept coming
but
forward.
muscle.
Yeah.
But it goes back to muscle memory and training and sparring. That's where your coach is supposed to help you develop different tools in the toolbox where you have different things to go to in your muscle memory. But if it's not there, it's not there. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what
you know
Derrick
you should
James
be doing
said,
something
man.
different, but it ain't gonna register.
I'm gonna tell you what Derrick James said on 2 occasions. During the fight, he told Errol, "You gotta step around. Don't." He said, "Move your head off the line, step around, and stop looping your shots. Those straight shots." Now, in a recent interview, he said, I train these fighters, I teach these fighters, but when they get in there, they do what they want." I think he was talking about Errol Spence and Jamel Charlo in their recent performances.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happens too. Sometimes you just, the fighter just doesn't listen to the coach and they do what they want to do.
It's
So
about to happen again. Ryan ain't listening to no damn Derrick James. Ryan admitted that when he did that shoulder roll, what he was doing, they never worked on that. You know what I mean?
Are
So
you serious?
yeah,
Oh
Ryan
man.
admitted. Derrick James told him in the corner. Derrick James said, "What the hell are you doing? Stop doing that."
Damn.
I was
Hey,
wondering where he got
I,
that
th-
from
I
because it
think
looked so awkward.
I think he
It,
wrote
it had some. It wasn't. It looked ugly. But to be honest with you, when I watched the footage, Ryan made the dude miss. But Ryan, he doesn't. He turns his back completely to the guy. He did
Yeah.
the same thing against Tank. When he did it against Tank, Tank lit his ass up. Tank threw like 3 body shots. They was all hard.
All
I was like,
hard.
damn.
I
But
know that he come right up. He
But,
come right up.
guys, as a coach, you actually see and know your fighter when he or she is in that ring, observing, second to second, round to round. By the second round, you should be making adjustments from the first round. We all know how that rolls.
yeah,
Okay, as you elevate in each round. I watched Errol Spence over the years, and coach was sitting right there. So we saying that Derrick James wasn't elevating him in his fight, or was that just Errol Spence doing what he wanted to do in there?
yeah.
It's like,
Errol was doing what he wanted to do.
okay,
Errol was
okay.
telling him different instructions. Errol wasn't doing that. Errol didn't start really trying to move around until after he had been dropped 3 times. Like it's like he didn't start backing up, like trying to back up and fight off the rope until he already like fight was
All right.
getting.
So now, okay, with that point, so here go Earl. Earl in the later rounds. We see him getting wobbled in there. All right, he's back in the corner. I'm thinking like a coach. You saying Earl at this point, because when we get to the corner, if y'all go back and look at the tape, focus on Derrick James and what he was saying. He really wasn't saying too much. Because I kept saying, what are you telling this guy? What are you telling this guy? Sitting in my living room. But I was listening to him. But he did tell Spence a few things to do. And I can agree, he was not going out there executing any of it. So again, I got to blame that on Earl. The coach may have gave him arsenals that we don't know about in the gym because you can't tell all the secrets. But the question is, do the fighter go in there and take the arsenals and use them? Earl, wait a minute. Being that you just said, KJ, Earl the type going to do what he want to do. Earl didn't have any arsenals then from the beginning. It was just his style.
My question is, did they sit down and watch the tape of Crawford? Because if they
Yeah,
did,
that's
then
what I
they would
want to
have knew
know.
he had
I
power
need
in
to know
both
that
hands.
because did they watch film and understand, or did they go in there when the fight was building up? Crawford was giving Errol all of this praise, and when they was grading each other, Crawford graded Errol as a much greater fighter than Errol graded Crawford. So in hindsight, to me, it looks like both of them, fighter and coach, they both overlooked the talent of Bud Crawford. It seemed like they both took it for granted, like we're gonna step on him the same way we stepped on everybody else, instead of respecting that this man started his career at 135, was already undisputed at 140, and he's beat the same people that Errol beat. So this man is gonna be the biggest threat of your career. You
That's a
got to go
fact.
all in. I didn't get that from Errol and DJ.
Well,
Collectively, it seemed
I
like they
underrated
overlooked
Derrick
Crawford.
Crawford, so I gave Crawford like a B
They
plus
up
looked
until
at
fighter,
the film. They didn't study
but
the
he
film.
definitely ain't no B plus
It's a
fighter.
difference.
well, up
all I
until
gotta
Earl's
say,
fight, we didn't get to see any workout footage. If you go back, we didn't really see much. So I don't know what training camp was like.
But we seen some.
I mean, what
oh
they
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
see,
yeah.
but what?
Media
Wait.
workout.
You seen what they wanted you to see? What I'm saying. But when
Yeah,
he got
Yeah,
in the ring,
and that's a good point, Kev. You know why? You will never see any of the footage of Errol Spence getting rocked. It was claimed that he was getting dropped in preparation when he was preparing for the Pacquiao fight. Claimed that he got
yes,
dropped. You will never see that footage. I don't know who the hell is managing Rolly, but it's always footage of Rolly getting dropped. These other fighters get dropped and bash it. No, serious. These
seriously,
other fighters, they get dropped in sparring too, but you'll never hear about it.
that's right.
You
That's
would
that's
true.
a
never see
fact
it.
though.
That's true.
Rolly, that man, they put his shit out there.
So
But it wasn't
Rolly,
surprising to me. That's what happens in boxing.
hey KJ Rolly beat up
Yeah,
Ryan Garcia
yeah,
sparring.
that's true.
Yeah, he did. He
He beat
did.
him up, yeah, bloody and all that. I seen that. I'm like, damn.
But then,
And then
guys,
the other man that they had on
but
headgear,
guys,
Ryan
those
was
that
that hook.
I don't know how many of you are fighters in this group right here, but you know, when you go into the sparring, that's what it's all about. If I
Yeah,
did get dropped in
practice.
sparring, let's go back in our school days at the football field. How many mistakes you made on the basketball in practice? How many
True.
mistakes you
Yeah,
made?
that's true.
But when you get what I'm saying,
Get crossed over a lot.
they take sparring the wrong way.
Right.
Sparring
That's
is
right.
school.
I know.
That's
I
right.
remember
That's
when
right.
I
Basically,
was
this is the
boxing.
best way that you could put this, man. Practice.
Yeah.
Practice.
When I was boxing,
Practice.
I had a habit of
It's
Not
dropping my
practice.
practice.
hands.
It's-
When I was
Practice
boxing,
how not to
I'm-
get
but
down on the mat.
Yeah, man.
But I'm-
Allen Iverson put it best. Practice.
Yeah.
But I'm
Let's talk
gonna
about
tell
that.
y'all something. At the end of the day, when those fighters get in there, even if it is the coach's fault or not, it's always gonna be the fighter's fault. It's
Yeah.
always gonna be the fighter's fault.
Because the fighter, the one
Because
who
he's the one fighting.
physically, he the one who taking the ass. Like when people watch the fight, nobody see Derrick James getting beat up. It's Errol. So when people think about it, they're gonna think, damn, what's going on with this fighter. Most of the people who saw that fight were casuals. That's why they made so much money. I will never forget. It was a girl I was around. She was like, "Who that fighter? He can't fight." And I was like, "No, that man got 3 belts. He one of the best welterweights in the world." It looked like he didn't know how to fight at all because she had never seen neither one
A
of them.
lot of people said that. A lot of people said that.
It
Yeah.
looked like I'm talking about casuals. That's what a casual said to me. Somebody that never
Yeah,
tried
casual
boxing before.
fan. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like effortless boxing said, at the end of the day, it's gonna be on the fighter. You're the face behind all of the work behind
That's
the
right.
entire team.
You right.
Don't nobody care
That
who's in the corner, who the corner man. Don't nobody care
Right.
who's doing the Vaseline and shit.
is
Don't nobody care who rapping hands, who doing the cut man. None of that. The fighter is who they recognize. You
Uh,
gonna get
okay.
all of the glory.
And when now that the
I'm
fight
gonna
is recognized, look at what happens. What the fighter does to the coach, to the media. He shames him. The
That's
fighter
true.
finds some kind of way to take it off of him or her and shames the coach. It's
Wait,
all
wait, wait,
Wilder
wait,
did
wait,
that.
wait, wait.
Deontay
What
Wilder
did
did that.
Earl Spence say about Derrick James? He said it's Derrick James' fault.
No,
Did he say?
but
Okay, so
Hey, look, a
the
prime
fact
example
that
is
it talks about Errol getting a new trainer after that loss,
I
that's
mean,
pretty much what you're saying.
look.
but I
It,
feel like this, like this is I know this sound kind of cold, but like I said, because you know you taking all the blame, you have the right to be like, you know what, I want to switch my team because it's you at the end of the day. You trying to preserve yourself. So if you feel
I
like
yes,
you don't
I
agree.
feel
totally agree.
comfortable,
When you switch your
but
you
team,
know,
but don't make your coach look bad while you
I,
switching.
hey,
but he
look at
didn't
this.
make him look bad. He just said he didn't say anything about him.
Yeah, Errol
No,
He
did.
no.
Look at
just
this.
he
Wilder,
didn't say nothing
Earl
about him.
Wilder
just want to
blamed his
learn
coach.
something.
Listen, I didn't say he said anything bad. I said as long as you don't make the coach look bad.
Yeah, Kevin just saying
Okay,
in general
okay,
because
okay.
normally fighters do make him look bad. For example,
I
Deontay
agree
Wilder.
though. I agree.
Yeah, Deontay
Yeah,
Wilder,
yeah, I
he
agree.
did make his
Yeah,
coach look bad.
exactly.
Yeah, I didn't
Exactly.
like that.
And
I
then when
didn't
he
like that
came
with
out the next
Deontay.
fight, he
Nah.
was fighting exactly the same way. Different trainer, but he still was fighting exactly the
Yeah,
same way.
Wilder don't got
He's
a lot
hard-headed.
of boxing skills.
He's hard-headed.
Yeah,
A
he
lot
should.
of boxing.
Wilder was wrong for that. You don't bash your coach, even if you know your coach is messed up and it was his fault. You
That's what
still
I'm
don't talk
talking
about it.
about. There you go.
You don't talk about it.
We're
Yeah,
still professionals, and these coaches still have a job on national TV. Why are you going to belittle the coach? You're supposed to build
that's
his
right.
self-esteem up too, because he ain't guaranteed to make no money in this game forever either. A 33 and a third? Come on now.
Earl,
Yeah,
Well,
he
my thing is,
you how to pass a math
sometimes it's not.
quiz.
Sometimes it's
Okay.
not how bad the coach is; it's how well the fighter listens. You know, if a coach or whether the coach can coach that style of a fighter. You see what I'm saying? So if a fighter come out and he's a brawler and that's all he ever gonna be, you got to teach him how to brawl
You got to work with it. You got to
successfully.
work with it.
You
and
can't teach him how to box because he's never gonna be a boxer.
and
You know?
and then too with the advice that Derrick James was giving, talking about step around. Okay, he might need a little bit more detail than that. Like, okay, he's stopping me from stepping around. How can I keep him from jabbing me and hooking me from stepping around? You know what I'm saying? Step around is like he might need more instructions in that. Sometimes coaches don't have that in-depth view on how to instruct a fighter to disassemble the next fighter. You know, to
My
stop
thing
what
is
he's doing
this. You
because
know
maybe
what?
there's
Whatever I
things
said, they underestimated. Both of them underestimated Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford
they
put him
did.
a boxing virtuoso. The shit that he was doing was advanced. It was like Mayweather, except Mayweather jab is a 72-inch reach. Crawford's 74. Crawford was sticking that man
74.
from distance, hitting him, pow, pow. So Errol didn't really have no counters for the jab. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then Errol, the way he was fighting, he was just trying to barrel his way in. Crawford was stepping back and countering him with hellacious power. They
Short
underestimated
shots,
him.
but power.
Yeah, really, what they should have did, they should have looked at that damn Terrence Crawford. I mean that Sean Porter fight. That fight is
Yeah,
amazing to me to this day.
that was a
Sean
good
Porter
fight.
did great against Crawford. If Sean doesn't get knocked out, he's gonna win that fight on points.
But I think Earl did much better because Earl beat Sean Porter at his own fight. He was doing the same thing he was doing inside fight and
No,
beat
but
him.
that's not smart though.
I
It's
Errol
not smart.
take that same game plan, and he shouldn't even have fought Porter like that. That was
I know.
silly.
Yeah, that was
Wrong
bad.
fighting Porter like
my
that.
brother,
That was
my
pride.
brother,
That was pride.
That was pride
Yeah, but
my
you see,
brother.
the pride didn't get him far against Crawford.
at
So
all.
really, I think they should have been looking at the Sean Porter footage and been like, "Damn, Sean, let's build off of this." Sean Porter looked pretty good. All we gotta do is
But I'm
not
gonna
get knocked out. You know what I mean?
That's true.
tell you though that
And
that
that's why
Sean Porter.
KJ, I said, what's his name? Kenny Porter would be my number
Yeah, Kenny
one
Porter.
go-to if he does drop Derrick James.
Damn, it's all woo. You said that earlier. You had to in on that because I got less than 10%. But rib sauce, he said that earlier. He said Kenny Porter. He said that from the chat. And damn, that makes sense because Sean did a hell of a job against Crawford. besides getting knocked, knocked out.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something though. Like my brother actually went to that fight, and he got a boxing IQ like us, and he said he could tell that Crawford wasn't. He was taking it easy on him till he found out that he was down on the cards, and he's like, "What?" And he switched up, and it was over from there. Like he, because that's his boy, really. Like they
Look,
really,
I
I
don't
ain't gonna
believe
tell
yeah.
that.
you.
He took it
First
easy
of
on
all,
him.
Crawford
He
show
took it
I
easy on
disagree.
him.
I'm gonna say this, then I'm out because my phone is about to die. But I disagree. Crawford showed more mercy to Errol Spence than
Fact.
Sean Porter. Crawford could have got Spence out of there in like round 4 or 5. Crawford
Facts.
started bullshitting.
Yes, he
And
could have.
you could tell he was like, damn, like he felt bad for Errol because he respected Errol. Sean, the
Yeah,
man,
because
they
his
supposed to be
face
boys and
swelled up like a
everything. As
balloon.
soon as he
He
heard,
didn't
he
want to
heard, he
kill the
heard he was
man.
down on the cards, he knocked him out. I mean, he stopped him. He not knocked him out, but he got a TKO. Now I don't see mercy in that. I see, damn, what? I ain't gonna let this motherfucker beat me. Boom. You know what I mean? But against Spence, he allowed that man to make it all the way to the damn ninth
Ninth
round.
round. Ninth round.
Yeah, and he did
Yeah,
not have to allow
because
it.
But
brother, have you
KJ, I
seen
called that fight.
brother?
I called it.
Have you seen Fist of the North Star?
Nah.
Look up that movie, but man, that man head looked like it was about to explode, man. That's why. That's why. That's why,
Yeah.
man. That's why
Man,
he
Chill,
just
man.
got them brand
Errol's still
new
my favorite.
shorts.
Errol's still my
He
favorite
just
fighter,
got them
man.
brand new
Chill.
shorts. He didn't want to get them shorts messed up, bro, like bloody and all that, man. That man
Errol's still
was
my
bad.
favorite fighter. We gotta chill,
hey
man.
man, Lucio, Famar, Keffa, Rib Sauce, Effortless Ribs.
All
We
right,
got things coming
KJ.
up today, man. The
No
Mexican brother
problem.
that came up, what was his name? I don't remember. I ain't want to even butcher your name,
Oh,
man.
Calajero.
Yeah, something. That Chico that came up. Appreciate you, man.
You
Oh,
ain't got
I,
to go.
I
You
agree with
just
you
want to
on
get out of
Tyson.
here.
No, my phone about to die, man.
Well,
I
just
think Tyson
remember,
gonna win that fight.
Devin beat Ryan in a.
Wait, KJ. Before you leave, who you think gonna win this weekend? You got Tim
Man, I
Zoo.
already look.
Got
Fondora
Tim
gonna
Zoo.
beat Tim Zoo.
I got that
Pitbull
too.
gonna beat Rolly, and I stand on that,
I
man.
got
I'm
Rolly
out.
winning that. I
Oh,
got Rolly
KJ, you
winning.
think Fondora's gonna
I
win?
think Fandora gonna
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
And then
I feel
Fondora
like
gonna
that.
fight Terrence Crawford. That
I
shit gonna
think
be
Kusawa
crazy.
might.
But I'm out, man. Y'all